The lie is about a teenage girl who has a friend go missing, and she says she pushed her into the river. This then leads to investigation and terrible choices. Want to guess what the lie is? It opens with some home movies of Kayla's happy family, then it cuts to not so happy Kayla and her mom Rebecca and this new guy. I wonder what happened to her dad. Then Rebecca drops her boyfriend off at the airport and Kayla at her dad's crappy apartment. By the way, Kayla has asthma for some reason. I don't know why. It doesn't really serve much purpose. But Jay is taking her to some ballet retreat thing, and they see her friend Brittany conveniently waiting at the bus stop. She says something about waiting for her dad to pick her up, but instead they pick her up and drive her without her calling her dad. This isn't gonna cause problems later.
That tune snatched.
Did she just say that tune snatched? Have you ever heard anyone say that? Anyway, they pull over so Brittany can pee in the woods, and how deep in the woods did they need to go? Anyway, Jay finds Kayla freaking out on the ledge of a small bridge and Brittany's gone. I guess Brittany fell and they were unable to find her. Is the lie gonna be that Kayla pushed her? I bet the lie is gonna be that Kayla pushed her.
I pushed her.
Yep, called it. If you don't want it to be obvious that this is a lie, then maybe don't name your movie The Lie. Jay goes to tell Rebecca what happened, but she gets pissy about Kayla not going to the ballet retreat, so he just doesn't tell her. And Kayla has an asthma attack, but can't find her inhaler. I wonder where that could be. Oh yeah, that's why she has asthma. So, they take her to Rebecca's really nice house. So Kayla starts acting weird, so now Rebecca knows what she did. And they try to figure out what to do, but don't come up with anything, so Jay just leaves. Oh, I guess Brittany really is dead, but that was just a dream, so never mind. And the next day they come up with a story that Kayla was never at the river because she got sick at Jay's place, so they took her back to her mom's apartment. It took them all night to come up with that, huh? Kayla hears them arguing, so when she tries to leave, they stop her and she completely freaks out. But none of the neighbors find this strange or are concerned at all. Okay then. That afternoon, Brittany's dad Sam goes to Rebecca's house looking for Brittany. And Rebecca actually does a pretty good job of holding it all together.
I was sure they were doing this thing together, there with their plans and secrets and stuff.
Well, that's not foreshadowing at all. Because of this, they plan to take Kayla to a hotel to get away for a little bit, but Sam shows back up to talk to Kayla, but she's at the doctor with Jay. But Jay comes out of the house, but Kayla's still at the doctor, she's just getting some tests done. But then, oh shit. So now he's going to call the cops. Then these pieces of crap decide they're gonna try to make it look like Brittany's dad killed her. So Rebecca goes to her investigator friend to give a false statement on Sam. So Kenji is talking with Kayla, and she makes up this whole story about Sam having a temper and that he hits Brittany. So she's gonna question Sam. And what unbiased way is she gonna go about this?
Well, I'm gonna reach out to that piece of shit and see what he has to say for himself.
Lovely. I'm sure this'll go well. Now Jay's spending the night, and I guess there's no guest bedroom in this humongous house? Seriously, why is he sleeping on the couch in the living room? But the next day, Kenji and her partner go to question Sam, and they just come in angry and act like complete assholes.
Did you find her?
Might have helped if you filed a report.
I tried. They didn't take it seriously.
Okay, if he tried to file a report, there would be a record that he was there and why, even if they didn't file an official missing persons report. That way, if he comes back, or if they find Brittany, there is a record that her dad is looking for her. This movie is either really stupid or these two didn't actually look. I'm gonna go with the first one.
What are you Indian? Arab? What?
What? No investigator would do this. That's racial profiling. I'm pretty sure this is how you cause a mistrial. But they then force him to let them inside and talk, even though they probably don't even have a warrant. He probably should have asked for one. Oh look, he's been riding around with Brittany's phone this whole time. That's a good idea. Oh, so after actually talking to Sam, they figure out that maybe these shitty people are the ones lying. Funny how that works. And they traced her phone and tracked it to an area where Jay lives. What a bunch of idiots. Anyway, Kayla wanders off, and Sam finds her, and then he starts acting like the most suspicious person in the world by yelling at, grabbing her, chasing her back to their home, and yelling at her while she has an asthma attack. Seriously, don't do any of this. Then there's this huge fight, but we'll come back to that later. But first, the investigators go to the crime scene. Want to guess what they're gonna find there? Well, they go back to question Jay and Rebecca again. They start lying, so Kenji tells them they found a threatening email and they found Kayla's inhaler at the crime scene. So these two decide, well, we're caught now, we might as well try to plant some evidence. So they go to Sam's house and attempt to bury Rebecca's billfold in his backyard. How is this gonna help them? They track the phone to downtown, which this doesn't seem to even be near downtown, and they found a bunch of evidence against them already. How is planting evidence gonna help? Anyway, Sam catches them, and instead of staying inside and calling the police like a smart person, he confronts them and tries grabbing Rebecca. I mean, he has cameras. Now that Sam's caught them, Jay decides the best thing to do is to try to drown him in his pond on his property that has cameras. How stupid are these people? But Rebecca managed to stop them and they leave. And again, instead of calling the cops like a smart person would do, Sam decides he's just gonna stand in the middle of the road. So Rebecca runs him over and I can't even feel sorry for him. Then they just stand there and watch him die. How is this helping their daughter? There's no way that they can even argue that any of this was an accident at this point. What are they doing? So they go home and start cleaning the car, and look who shows up. It's Brittany! Did you see that turn of do we kill her too? Apparently, her and Kayla came up with this whole scheme all so Brittany could go visit her boyfriend without her dad knowing. I mean, he's never gonna find out now.
Am I in trouble?
You have no idea. She should probably leave before they do kill her. So they go up to Kayla, and she confesses and says she was gonna tell them, but then she heard them laughing in the bathroom together and hoped they would get together, so decided not to. But why didn't she tell them during the huge fight or after the police got involved?
Please, please, no, I'm sorry, please don't leave me.
I don't think they're gonna have much of a choice, because they are all going to prison. Jay's going for lying to a police officer, trespassing, tampering with evidence, and murder. Rebecca's going for filing a false police report, lying to a police officer again, trespassing, tampering with evidence, and murder. Kayla is going to prison for lying to a police officer and conspiracy. And Brittany is going to prison for conspiracy. By the way, conspiracy is a felony, so because someone died as a result of the felony, murder and murder. This movie is not a bad movie overall. It has a good plot and some interesting characters. I just feel like the name of the movie gave away the twist. The moment Kayla said she pushed Brittany, I knew she was still alive somewhere. The acting is really good by the whole cast. Peter Sarsgaard and Marley Enos are believable as concerned parents who are trying to cover up a murder for their daughter. Joey King does a great job playing a deceptive teenager, and it reminds me of her role as Gypsy in The Act. The characters just make really dumb decisions toward the end, like Kayla not confessing what was going on once the police got involved, or Jay and Rebecca trying to plant evidence once they were already caught instead of just going on the run and then killing Sam. There's no way any of them are not going to prison. Don't forget to do the YouTube stuff, and thanks for watching.